Okay, short and to the point. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of a LUMINOUS 4K screen paint using ambient light rejection. Technology gain times 2, 3, and 5. Now, keep in mind, I said this many times before, you know, when someone's using a screen paint of this shade or that shade right there, even with our black screens, keep in mind, and some people may go back and say, well, hey, guess what? You got screen paints around that shade. Yeah, we do. We have one actually, not like this, but we have screen paint that's darker than that. When the dark silver is way darker than that, and then the high grade professional silver is a little lighter than that. Now keep in mind, I've done these demonstrations in fully lit environments. I've done these demonstrations with lights hitting the screens. I'll put 2 links at the bottom of the dark silver and the Eclipse Cinema being painted in with 2 floodlights on each side with a projector setting back around 12 feet. Now keep in mind, as I said before, I say keep in mind a lot, when you watch these demonstrations, I'm going to point out 2 things you're going to see. When they're doing anything involving black contrast, anything with dark colors, they will always do this with the lights out. They can't do it with this kind of environment because the screen will wash out. When they're doing something with an ambient light, with a lot of light, trying to prove the screen has a lot of light in the environment, it takes on a lot of light, they will use high bright colors because high bright colors are going to fade less than a black contrast. What you want to see is you want to see a screen be able to produce images no matter if it's gray. I have dark gray screens. I've done screens. Actually, I have a demonstration I've done on the ultra short those screen paint on a projector that was, I think it was 1500 lumens, and it was about 9 or 10 feet back in a fully lit environment. I'll put those videos at the bottom. A fully lit environment on 1500 lumens, and I'll show you that demonstration right there at the bottom. So we've done our tests. We do so many tests and so many demonstrations in fully lit environments to the point where people just constantly ask me to turn the lights out. So that's why we know our screens basically pull images up regardless on what shade they may be. But this particular form of technology, the Superior, has the ability to push both white levels and black levels at the same time. Now, in this demonstration, we have everyday. This is some cheap stuff I bought offline. Some gray screen paint here, and then over here we have light paint here with 2 different shades of paint, right? Now, keep in mind, like I said, when you watch demonstrations using these 2 different shades, anytime they display a ambient light environment, you try to explain ambient light environment, the display on the screen will always be high bright colors because they will fade less. They will not do this in a dark demonstration because the fact that they put anything with high contrast, the screen will start to turn, it will fade right there. So they have to do those, usually do those demonstrations with the lights out. Alright, so my projector is 4200 lumens, it's sitting back around 12 feet. I figure 4200 lumens don't show up on these 2 screens, and you got a problem right there. That just shows you there right from the door. The reason why majority of these screens are done in the dark. Only ones I've seen, mostly all of them, are done in the dark. Alright, so first things first, we're going to move the projector. You're going to automatically see it right from the door already. Already from the door. Now keep in mind, the one thing that makes it Superior a little bit more advanced than the technology we have is the fact that it has the ability to pull images up outside. It does have front and rear technology if you coat this on plexiglass, and then also too, it has one of the brightest white levels of any black projection screen I've ever seen so far. Now, to demonstrate this, that's why I have 2 shades of lighter screen paint on each side. Now, you won't see people doing demonstrations like this due to the fact that they know that either the black screen is going to come up with such a low white level that these 2 screens are going to outshine it with no problem. I don't think that's going to be an issue for this technology. Now, let's go back and actually let's go forward and let's start the demonstration. We're going to start off with a little greenery first. That's to show you what you're getting from our technology compared to if you get something this color or this color on your wall. And I've told people, take the time, do the research, watch the demonstrations that you see out there on YouTube. Like I said, the only time you will see somebody displaying a lighter screen such as this, they will have it on a very bright colors, because very bright colors are going to show up better in a somewhat ambient light environment. They won't do this with high contrast. They use a black contrast demonstration. They're going to do this with the lights out. They try to do it in the same environment, the screen's going to wash out. And this projector is 4200 lumens. Now keep in mind, our silvery clips, like I said, we've done these demonstrations on silvery clips. We've done these demonstrations on all our screen paints. Now the screen behind it is gamer paint. All our technology is ambient light rejection. Now right there, that is a bit of a wake-up call. Now I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna grab a dark contrast demonstration. Now of course, the black screen is going to produce better contrast. And if it was that easy as mixing black and white paint together and painting it on your wall, then companies like me or any other companies out there wouldn't exist if it was that easy. That's why when you watch demonstrations, anyone doing a demonstration where they're showing off black content like this with the lights off, and they're doing demonstrations with high bright colors with the lights on, this shows you the bottom line is it could pretty much be everyday house paint. That's it. That's why we do these strange, actually these crazy demonstrations. And I've had people ridicule me saying, hey look, guess what, you're doing demonstrations with too much light in the environment, it's abnormal. Well, the reason why we hit the screen with so much light, because I know if a screen can take on 800 watts of light at 12 to 13 or 15 feet back in a fully lit environment with extra light added to the screen, then how much more would it be to handle your environment and your lighting in your environment? Very easy. Very, very easy. It's a cakewalk. That's why we put it under extreme testing. I think the brakes on your car, you would feel much better if you knew that they put the effort in to test your brakes thoroughly so they work. You don't want somebody saying, now you know what, it's good, just put it in the box. You don't want to buy anything like that. Even when I had people coming at me saying, well look, projection screens were meant to be used in a dedicated theater. They're meant to be used in the dark. People are replacing their TVs every day, and they're getting projector screens because they want that big movie theater experience. All right, given yes, they're going to watch movies in the dark, but they're going to be watching TV shows and their cable channels and everything else. So every time they turn on their projector, they don't want to hit all the lights in the environment. They don't want to block out all the light coming through the window. They don't want their living room looking like a cave. Living room is supposed to look like a living room. This is why I tell you, before you buy our product, take the time, go out there, look on the internet, find out how many people are doing demonstrations on our level. Now usually demonstrations like this, like I said, on these shades right here, would be done in the dark. And chances are it'll probably be a 4K projector, something high end, you know what I mean? I'm using a projector that is 4200 lumens. It is 720p, and I think it's a WXGA. I think this projector is WXGA. And we'll get up close so you can see. Now keep in mind, my screen upstairs is 146 inches. It sits back, my projector sits back 14 feet and 8 inches from the screen, and I can be in a fully lit environment and I can watch just about anything I want. Well, I do watch about anything I want in that environment, and that screen looks incredible. Now later on today, I'm going to be taking these outside, and we're going to be doing a demonstration around 10 feet back. Bit of an eye opener. Just showing you exactly how much you lose. But this is what I want to show you. Hold on for a minute. Let's go back. Let's grab this video right here also. And look how bright the white levels are. So it's going to produce both high white levels, making the screen bright enough, making the colors bright enough, they're not dingy. Like I said, when it comes to the Eclipse upstairs, we've done these demonstrations. Those screens produce very high white levels. Now keep in mind, white levels are not going to be as white as a white projection screen, because a white projection screen is going to produce the most perfect white levels you can possibly get. Alright, I gotta go. My time's running out here. Thank you all for your time. Next demonstration, outside. Thank you all, and God bless.